Alright, guys.
Alright, so we're just looking at the bans. Looks like Team 1 has banned Vorpal for Team 2, and we're gonna give Team 1 the Brutalisk or Brutalizer, and Team 2 will get Viron for a new character.
So I've been using Byron quite a bit in the betas, and he's a pretty interesting hero. He's got a number of skills which work really well in team compositions. Um, he has his E skill, which is a really good laning skill. Also, it puts out a lot of damage as the game goes on. Really good farming skill. It pretty much puts a damage over time debuff on a target, and so it does damage in an area of effect over a period of time, depending on what level you have in that skill. You could do up to, let's say, 500 damage if you have a high enough int over maybe a 14-second time period, which is a pretty good skill to have. His second skill would be the W, which that's when we watch this game, you'll see that he's gonna spit out a red spray. Basically, the target, once they have that debuff on them for a period of time, whenever they attack, they're gonna take damage each time they attack, and they'll also get a stun, and they're not going to be able to use abilities during that time. That's a really good skill that you throw down in a team fight on whoever the auto attack or DPS hero on that opposing team is, and you can really knock someone out of the fight. His Q skill is a debuff that goes on the target, which doesn't do a whole lot other than what happens is when the target uses a spell, it doubles the cooldown of that spell, and in exchange, Viron also gets a mana equal to 4 times the amount of the length of the cooldown on that spell. So let's say you have a Drake ulti takes 2 minutes to normally cool down, and I'm not sure if that's actually the cooldown time, but just for example, but before he uses his ulti, the Viron had spit his Q on him. The ultimate will now take a 4-minute respawn time, and in exchange, Viron is going to get a ton of mana back. So if it's a normal 2-minute cooldown, that would be 120 seconds. 4 times that would be the amount of mana that Viron would get for the target using a spell. In that circumstance. In Viron's ultimate, what it does is all these, the Q, W, and E spells have these debuffs, and the R essentially resets all of them. So let's say they have 2 seconds each left. All those skills get reset, so they last for an additional period of time. And on top of it, any hero that has a debuff on them takes damage equal to the total number of debuffs that have been placed out into the field, and that times, I think, 75 plus a percentage of intelligence of Iron. So it's a pretty good ability for throwing down a lot of debuffs in the team fights, and then using the ultimate, and then causing everyone to take even more damage from the skills as well as the ultimate itself. So it's quite a nice skill set. And in addition, Viron has a passive which causes all of his, whenever he uses one of his debuffs, it will actually bounce around and debuff other heroes in the area. So you'll end up maybe up to 4 different heroes or 4 different targets. Whenever you use your damage over time spell, will end up getting hit with that damage over time debuff. just for using it once. So Viron, quite a nice hero. Brax is playing them up at the top Zerg lane. And let's see, the other hero is Brutalizer, and I know I've been talking for quite a bit, so I'll let someone else take over, because I don't have as much experience.
Yeah, I don't play Brutalizer much either. But basically he has a jump that jumps, it's like a Zeratul jump. It lets him jump in, hit somebody and do some damage to him. Then that's his Q. His W is called Sonic Screech. It does damage AoE and reduces armor. Then he has a passive, his E. It's 3% weapon damage per second, 5% lifesteal level 1, and then it goes all the way up to 12% weapon damage per second, 20% lifesteal. And the way you get stacks is it gains weapon damage, 7% weapon damage for his health missing, basically. So the lower health he is, the more lifesteal and damage he'll be doing. And his ultimate gives him weapon damage and lifesteal. I think it's 120% lifesteal. And his ultimate lasts like 14 seconds, I believe.
That's correct, yep.
Yeah, so basically with Brutalizer, you can take a bunch of damage, jump in, and your lifesteal should be able to hold you at really, really low life, unless they do some insane damage to you.
Okay, so yeah, let's introduce the teams here. Or same teams as we had from last time. Top lane for the Protoss is going to be a Drake and a Ghost. It's going to be MGT and Whale Pit. Nice wall there from Cal on the Zerg side. Laning with the Viron, it's going to be Brax and Crazy Soldier. Looks like MGT might have to go heal there. Oh, he's going to throw on a health pot. At mid, we have Lee Hiyori playing Grunty for the Zerg team, and Brutalizer. We have Balrog Brutalizer playing by Atheist on the Protoss team. And on the bottom, we have August Rush as Cal, Cerny as Boros for the Protoss team. And on the Zerg side, we're going to have a Drake and Raynor by Oversoul, and I'm them.
Now just taking a look at item builds. No one's really gone back to the shop, so we're just going to be looking at the beginning items. For Atheist, he's gone with a Strength Beacon and then a Metabolic Booster, which is half of another Strength Beacon. Balrog is a Strength Hero, and makes sense. I guess he's going to probably build up to a DST at some point, and the Beacon is actually going to help him lane quite well. Given that he doesn't have a lot of AoE spells other than his the W, and he's going to need that beacon to be able to get out of the be able to kite the creeps around and handle them.
So yeah, first blood going down at bottom. They were able to snipe that Drake and the Martyr just too much at level 1 or at low level for that Drake. So it looks like Cal did get that ulti with a nice wall. And at the meantime, we had a level 6 Grunty just scooting up to the top, able to get the first kill for the Zerg team. So it should be all tied up. Yeah, 1-1 here for both teams.
Right,
Go ahead.
So looking at the lanes right now, it looks like Grunty's really gonna punish melee heroes, and he's gonna have more gank ability than that Brutalizer. And we can see right now he's ganking bot. It looks like the Zerg team's about to get a kill. Yeah, there it is. So basically, the Grunty's going to gank a lot with his mobility and try to help his side lanes win.
Back to items. Looks like Grunty, played by Lee, he's going for 2 beacons as well, 2 strength beacons. That's as we were talking in an earlier cast, Grunty has got a change. Actually, he's no longer an Agi hero, he's a strength hero. And so I think DST makes quite a bit of sense, as well as having that beacon just to kite the creeps at the early stages of the game. Up top we have Brax. Brax looks like he had already gone back to the shop and gotten his accelerator, but he had started with the Psy Blaster beacon. Makes sense. Balrog is a not Balrog, but Viron is an int hero, and having that nice int pool as well as DPS from that beacon is going to help out him quite a bit. T-Bone, he's gone with the Strength Beacon. The Drake MGT has gone with the Strength Beacon. We have Whale Tits, the Rancor up top on Protoss. He started with a Agility Beacon, but then he started working on his int portion as well for his int beacon. To have a little bit of additional mana regen and mana pool. Bottom lane, Oversoul the Drake for the Protoss team, or for the Zerg team actually. He started with a Resonator and a Ambient Balancer and probably a number of pots and mana and health. He's building up an Accelerator. And the Raynor has gone with the 2 beacons. He's got int beacons. We have August Rush, the Cow. Do real quick. August Rush, the Cow for Protoss. He's gone with the Strength Beacon, moving into Accelerator. And Cerny, he's gone with the Strength Beacon, and he's already bought a Resonator. Side shot.
Well, the Grunty just yanked tough, got a nice rocket in, and the Cow ultied as well, and then threw it on a wall, and it looks like they cleaned up the top. But Atheist came up for a counter gank and managed to kill their the Zerg.
Yeah, that was really nice there by Atheist in my opinion. But I have something very interesting to point out that I've never seen before, but I really like. If you look at Lee's Grunty's build, he goes level 4 on his grenade launcher, only level 1 on his shotgun, and then he gets stats in addition to his ultimate for River Racer. So I have never seen that, so I really like that actually, because he just wants to get the damage on his shotgun up, as well as, you know, HP and, you know, getting all that stat boosting.
It's also good to get tankier because he is a very squishy hero, and when you're laning or facing something like a brutalizer, you can just jump in onto you. Even 3 shotguns might not kill him with all his life here. But
yeah,
the extra health does help a lot.
Yeah, when you look at the lower levels, getting just 1 level in the shotgun makes quite a bit of sense. The only bonus that you get is it goes from plus 6% of strength, and then it increases by an additional 2% of strength each level. That's not really going to do a whole lot when you have a pretty small strength pool at the start of the game.